Yeah, you know what it is, DJ Diamond Cuts. And right now you in tune to Urban Legends. I got a legend with me, speaking of Urban Legends, a GOAT, Philadelphia's own Freeway in the building. Freeway, what's up with you, Free?
Cuts, what's popping with you?
How you doing?
Oh man, I'm happy to be here.
We're gonna go through some vinyl real quick, some records, but have you ever actually played records before?
Yeah, come on, Cuts. When I was a young boy, I remember Saturday mornings I used to be in the house watching cartoons in the morning. My mom would be cleaning up, spinning the records all day, and sipping her little sip.
Yeah.
Getting busy. So, I grew up off of records and turntables.
Big fakes. My grandmom used to do the same thing every morning. We used to listen to Bob Marley every morning. It's kind of crazy on records. But we got some records we going to go through, but definitely want to start off with this right here, The Roots. All right. Classic right
Definitely.
here. Do you got a favorite song over here, or is just your whole album?
Just the whole album is fire, and The Roots is one of my motivations because I was actually seeing them do it, when I was coming up. And I used to work with a producer named Miles, and he used to be with him all the time, and I used to be able to be in the studio with him sometimes, seeing them cook up. So it was a blessing, you know.
And we were just at the Roots picnic too.
Yeah,
definitely
for sure.
Shut it down. How does that feel, coming up and seeing the Roots doing amazing things? Just the legacy that they've built in the city.
It's beautiful, man. Just to see it from the ground up, because like I told you, I seen it from the beginning stages, to see what it grew into. It's amazing, man, and it's motivation for all of us.
Facts. All right, we're gonna play some records. And shout outs to Free. Free, you knew me since, I first started. So, it's just an honor to sit here and go through some records
for sure.
with
I was telling you, I'm proud of you just to see your growth,
Thanks, Free.
You're doing your thing,
that.
for sure.
Yeah. Likewise.
You are all about to witness some organic hip-hop jazz.
Now, when you listen to this, right, what kind of vibe is it putting you in?
It just put me in a soulful vibe, good uplifting feelings,
Like this. Woo. Yo, dig it.
And I love how the Roots always, you can hear the live instrumentation in their music. That's why I stand out, and that's why they're able to perform with the band all over the world,
Yeah. You know what I wanted to ask you? Did you ever have a chance to watch the Roots and Jill Scott back in the in the early days,
Definitely,
them vibe out?
definitely, and it's amazing just the way they build the music from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? The live instrumentation and how they bring everything together and make it a complete solid song is amazing.
It's amazing. It definitely is.
And continue to rock the mic. I shall
Proceed.
and continue to rock the mic. I shall proceed and continue to rock the mic. Proceed and continue to rock the mic. Just think. What if you could just blink yourself away? Just think. What if you could just blink yourself away? Jeff X can rock the mic with tooth decay. I be the 5'7", residing at the Mecca Rest addressing South Section. Used to cut class in the infinite pursuit of ass back in 86.
One of my favorite MCs.
Yes.
Raised in the cellar with the rhythm like Ella. Walk the mega type streets to the subway where I lay till the train stopped and a nigga hop high. Used to do the pop dance to the Planet Rock.
See, now we got a few records over here, so we gonna get into something else too. Now this right here, this guy right here, definitely a legend in the game. You know what I'm saying? His legacy's gonna live on forever. James Brown, the king.
The king.
Yeah.
The most sampled artist ever.
Yes. Now, talking about James Brown, right? And you just said, samples, the most sampled artist in the game, right?
Definitely.
Especially for hip hop. When you're going through records and you're working with producers, do you ever tell them some things that you would sample? Do you ever go through records with
Definitely.
producers?
It works two ways for me. I'm an artist that producers bring me beats and they bring me production that they think will fit me. and I'll come with ideas. Like if I got a certain idea, if I heard a certain sample, like say we was going through some James Brown records and I heard something crazy that I think could come together dope, I would tell a producer and he'll put it together for me. And I think it comes out best when I put my input into it.
Yeah,
you know?
no, for sure. And it helps, I feel like, with the creative process as well.
Definitely.
Did you ever sample, I'm trying to think, did you ever have any James Brown samples in any of your music? Got so much.
I know Beans did.
Yeah.
You know, but I got so much. I'm pretty sure I probably did.
Yeah. Your catalog is insane.
Yeah. James Brown.
Yeah.
You can feel him. Like he put his emotions and his passion into it.
Yes.
Like that switch up is everything.
Switch up is definitely everything.
I would have at that point I would have changed the flow. If that was my record, with the point where it switched up, I would have changed the flow and started going crazy on that.
I know you would have.
Sure. Back then, you see how he letting it breathe, and the music is speaking for itself. Besides what he doing on it, that's a very important element to the production, you know?
Yes, yeah, you know what? Because sometimes you overcrowd the beat.
Yeah.
You don't let it breathe. But you know where I think that comes from for a lot of producers? I feel like there's nobody rapping on it or nobody singing on it. So they're trying to like overcompensate for what's not there. So they can start adding too much. But when you go back and you listen to these records, everything is pretty much simple.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know what I mean?
And that works for artists too. Like when I first signed to Rockefeller and I was around Jay, I would like write verses and I would have a whole lot of words and trying to fit everything that I wanted to say into one song.
Right.
And Jay was like, sometimes you gotta just let it breathe and like, you know, just say a couple words and then let it open up, then come back with a couple lines, you know? So it happens with artists too. Sometimes artists try to clutter the beat with a lot of words and you can let it breathe sometimes.
Yeah. Speaking of Jay, I mean, this is a great transition. What are some of the things that he's taught you, you know, over the years, especially you coming in under him, honestly, you know what I mean, on a national level?
Do the best that you can and make the best version of the music that you feel is good for you.
Right.
And I remember when my second album came out, Free at Last, and when it dropped, it was an amazing album.
Yeah.
And when it dropped, the numbers wasn't that good, but I remember when the first week came in, Jay called me like, listen, I know the sales wasn't that good, but long as you continue to make amazing albums, you're always gonna be able to make another album.
Yep.
So I kept that with me and I've been doing it ever since.
No, seriously, because you're a legend. You're a legend, and the catalog is insane. You know what I mean? And it's songs that last forever. You already know one of my all-time favorite records, What We Do.
Early.
Listen, early. Don't say early, you gotta
That's
say
a
early.
blessing to be able to, you know, and I feel like with songs like What We Do, I connected to the people's hearts. Everybody, no matter what you're doing, and you gotta relate to hustle till the sun come up. Like, cause everybody gotta hustle no matter what your job is.
Yeah.
Your job is to be a DJ and many more things.
Yes.
You gotta wake up and go get it. My job is to be an artist. I can't lay in a bed, I gotta wake up and go get it. If you're a doctor, if you're a nurse, if you're a lawyer, if you're a trash man, you gotta know what it feel like to wake up and go get it. So that's why everybody can relate to that song.
Definitely, yeah, music is definitely relatable. My sister, a huge Freeway fan. I mean,
that's what's up.
Freeway posters all over the wall. You know, she loved you, but and it was because of that, because of how relatable you are. Definitely. Now we gonna get into some more records. Now we got Eve. I know you know Eve.
Oh, come on,
Scorpion.
Eve.
I mean, y'all kind of came up at the same time.
Yeah, most definitely. She was a little before me.
Yeah, look.
And she was one of the people that made me believe that I could do it.
Yeah.
Like when I seen a female from my city that I could actually see and touch, make it to that level, it just gave me more motivation. Like, if she could do it, I know I could do it. You know?
And I feel like because she was a little bit before you guys, she kind of opened up the doors for a lot of other great female rappers too. You know, one of my faves, Miss Jade.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. That's the first time I met you. You probably didn't realize it was Chrome at the time, I believe it was.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I wasn't, Jade snuck me in the club. I wasn't old enough to be in there. But we was hype. Me and my sister, when we met you, you didn't know who I was. I wasn't doing much at the time. But I just wanted to be in the mix. You know what I mean?
Now, look at you running the clubs.
But you know, those are the things that I remember. You know, coming up as a DJ, and like Jay was definitely somebody that kind of put her arms around me and kind of, you know, got me in the places that I wanted to be in.
Yeah,
and meet
amazing
Jade. People like you. Shout out to Miss Jade. I love Miss Jade.
Shout out Nina Ross, her partner.
Nina Ross, the boss. Come on,
Shout
CR
out Rocky.
the star.
All the
Don't
females
take it too
doing
far.
their thing in the city.
Yes, shouts to Rocky as well. That's my girl. All right, so we're gonna get into this album. Now, talk about Eve, because I mean,
listen, Eve,
an amazing person.
And we had the same management, so you know.
Yeah.
I know about Eve firsthand. She's beautiful. She's intelligent. She got bars. She write her own raps.
Yep.
She got a hell of a performance. She like the total package.
Eve is. And
she came in with a group, with the Rough Riders, with a group of males that was dominating the hip hop game, and she held her own.
Yeah, she definitely did.
So that's why I take my hat off to Eve. Nothing but love and respect for Eve.
For sure. Now, this might not be your favorite song, but this is my favorite song. But I'm gonna play it because I'm the DJ and I got control of the record.
Got it.
Spit game, change speech, how they do that? Watch they mouths drop, watch the
crowd.
Oh no,
this that John, this that
work. Smash on and knock out.
Who's that girl? La 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 la. Yes.
Dizzy bros ain't fucking with my mental. Natural born hustling, bitch. Check what I've been through. Got mine, took it from you, and now you slot mine. Set to my own shit, dog. I'm on the .com. Who's that girl?
Because I feel like a lot of artists was doing this sound. Like, talk about your first time hearing this album. What went through your mind?
Listen, Eve is that work. You know, she really held it down for the city. Anthems, lyricism, looks. Like I said, total package.
Yeah, hands down. You know what I mean?
You know what I really love? It's all good now. We out the hood now.
Yes.
Oh my God, her and Beanie Siegel. Like, the city was on fire when they dropped that record. Then the visual was so amazing too.
Yeah.
You know?
Eve definitely held it down for the city. For sure, for sure. Still is too.
Yeah, for sure.
An amazing person. I had to.
And she showed growth from the music. She's an actress. Like, you know, it's all about elevation. I feel like hip-hop and being a rap artist is a launch pad for you to do so many other amazing things.
Yeah, no, it definitely
Look at yourself.
Listen, I mean, and honestly, you're always an inspiration. You know what I mean? You remember the Bat Cave?
Yeah, for sure.
I used to be sitting in the Bat Cave waiting for Funk or one of them to slide me a record so I could play it. You know what I mean? And just vibe with it. Now, Frankie Beverly and Maze. Come on, Neil. You already know. Y'all gonna be mad at the song I'm about to play, but I don't care because it's a classic. And we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. Classic till this day. You play this song, it's
Any
time.
party is turning all the way up.
Come on.
You make me happy.
Hey, come on.
This you can bear.
What we say? Da da da.
Sit right beside me.
Hey.
And I won't forget.
That what.
And I really love you. You should know. I wanna make sure I'm right, girl. Before I let go.
Now I know this is a song like your mom and your grandma.
That's one of them songs when my mom used to be mopping and she had the record player playing, sipping her sip. This is one of them things right there.
One of them records. How do you feel when you hear these records now, though?
I mean, it like music. It takes me back to that house and like my mom, them Saturday mornings when my mom used to be cleaning up. You could like music is so powerful that a song could remind you, could almost smell what was going on at the time when you heard the song.
Facts.
Like, music is powerful, and this is one of them records. It take me right back to my childhood.
Yeah.
And even being grown, moving around the world, like being in different cities and, you know, different countries. When this one of them records, when it come on, everybody turn up and it give you a good feeling.
Hold on, I'm trying to set this my part. This is everybody part. Hold that question, Diamond. All right, I got you. Let's go. What you said? What you said?
I let you go.
Hey. Two-step with it.
I would never, 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 never,
Hey.
never, 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 never let you go.
Yeah, what I was going to say was with these records, you know, as an artist, I feel like a lot of artists, they should go back and do some history, digging through, not even digging through crates, but just listening to some old music. Now, this right here is a timeless record. When did this record come out? Let me see something. I know it's probably not on, this is probably, the record came out a long time ago,
Yeah,
right?
a long time ago.
So you know,
And it's like what
still good now.
it's like what I was saying about what we do.
Yeah.
It captured a feeling, like it captured a certain emotion, like, you know.
Yeah.
That's why this joint, it could play at parties, at weddings, get the old folks grooving with the young folks, like, you know, it's one of them joints.
Definitely. And we gonna get into this though, because first of all, this is the only reason I'm doing this, because I got all this vinyl.
Before
You feel
I
me?
let
But let's
go.
talk about this. No, I'm playing. This right here, this is a 45 for, you know, people that don't know. The 45, you got police things out in the middle.
You gotta get a little technical with
Yeah,
that
you gotta
45.
get a little technical. So, you know, I know some shouts to a DJ out of Philly named DJ Wax Spinner. He gets busy on the 45, like cutting and scratching and all of that. But this right here, what we about to get into, Mary J. Blige, right? Talk to me about Mary J. Blige.
The Queen.
Yeah.
Listen, Mary J. Blige is amazing. I got a record with Mary J. Blige, but we couldn't clear the samples. We did it for my first album.
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
we
it never came out?
It never came out because we couldn't clear the sample at the time. We was like in a rush to put the album out, and the sample never cleared. But Mary, she is an amazing artist. She's one of those artists, like, what she's going through in her life, she put it into the music, and you could hear it, and you could feel it, and you could relate to it.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like those are the best artists, the people who's not afraid to pour their hearts into the music.
Yeah. Did you record in the studio with her?
Yeah,
or?
definitely.
Wow.
I think it was Sony Studio. She came in that joint. I mean, I was just happy to even be in the same, you know, room as her, let alone get on the record.
And what was the name of the song?
I forget the exact name of the song, but it was like a remake, and I got her to sing the hook over, but just switch it up a little bit.
Wow.
And I remember after I did it and we couldn't get the sample cleared, Jay was like, don't waste a record with Mary J. Blige like that. Like, you gotta do something a little more creative with Mary J. Blige, because I got her like sing an old hook over and just change up some words to make it relevant to me. We couldn't clear it. Then I remember Jay telling me, like, yeah, you don't waste a record like that with Mary J. Blige. Like, you gotta really make it count. Basically, he was saying make something brand new.
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So that's another pointer I got. Jay used to always give me like
Give you game.
little pointers and little game on stuff like that.
So
you
when
know?
they say, you know, do you want $100,000 or dinner with Jay-Z, we got to take the dinner with Jay-Z.
Yeah, definitely take the dinner with Jay-Z.
Hands down.
And bring your notepad, pay attention and take notes.
Yeah, don't get $100,000 and blow it on Balenciagas and jewelry and all of that. Get that game. I would definitely do that.
Plus $100,000 is not $100,000 anyway,
For
because
real.
you got to pay taxes and everything. So.
Talk about it. Almost. Don't get me started on that. All right. Oh yeah. So this song.
And Mary she like the girl next door, like, you know what I'm saying? You could really feel and relate to her, like.
Yeah.
And when she performs, she giving it all to you, like, you know.
Yes. And a Mary performance ain't a Mary performance unless she hit that dance.
Yeah, and she gonna do it.
Yeah.
We made it through the storm. I really want you to realize. I really want to put you on. I've been searching for someone to satisfy my every need. Won't you be my inspiration? Be the real love that I need. Real love.
They don't do it like this no more.
I'm searching.
Yeah, they don't. I just hit the little Kim on that
Exactly.
what she sung, because it's about the feeling, like you said.
Believe it, like you. That's what I'm saying. She put her
Yeah.
heart on it,
She put
and
her-
you believe it. You can tell she telling the truth. Like, you know
Right.
what I'm saying?
It's coming from a great place. Love it. Now,
And even though I'm not a singer, I'm a rapper, and I'm a
Yeah.
hip hop artist. I try my best to put my emotions into the music.
see, I thought you was about to say you sung on the album. I'm like, yo, friend, I ain't
Nah,
trying to
nah.
hear that. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's all about the emotion and the feeling, and you know that's something for a lot of new artists to realize as well, that sometimes it's not just about a good beat and just saying words on a record. We gotta feel it. We gotta believe
Exactly.
it. You know what I mean? If you're not putting their feeling and their belief into it, then
Yeah,
it ain't nothing.
those are the songs that last. Like
Yeah.
when you got a little bit of substance, you put your feeling into it, your emotions into it,
Yeah.
and people can relate to it.
Yeah. Now, Biggie, I mean, the Notorious.
The legend. Fake one.
Now, a lot of artists, their influences are like, of course, Biggie, Jay, Pac, who are some of your influences coming up?
Sheesh. It's crazy because the other day, last week, I was with one of my influences, Dress from Black Sheep. And when I was a young boy, I had won this contest in school. It was like a pregnancy is not for me contest.
Okay.
And we got to rap. And I won that joint. I was like, pregnancy is not for me. And for y'all that don't know, my name is Lessa Lee. I like to kick a little rhyme for the he and the she. And before you have sex, use your mind as a key. So I had won that joint, and I got with Stanley T. He was like one of the leading disc jockeys on Power 99.
Yeah.
So he used to like take me around, like take me to little different shows and stuff. So he took me to a show and Dress from Black Sheep was there.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, I want to be a rapper. And he was like, yo, you stay in school. I was like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. I want to be a rapper. So when I made it big, we wound up doing a show together. And I was like, yo, you remember me? I'm the kid. And he was like, oh, yeah, I remember you. So we developed a good relationship from that, But like Dress from Black Sheep, Tretch from Naughty by Nature, I was a huge Tretch fan. Like, I love artists, if you could close your eyes and you could visualize what they saying, and they coming different with a different flow and different techniques. I love that.
Yeah, you talk about Naughty by Nature, Onyx.
Yeah, Onyx.
Talk about that
Guru
too.
from Gangstar.
Yeah, because I felt like even like with Onyx,
Tribe
and then
Called Quest.
Yeah, Tribe Called Quest, Wu-Tang.
Native Tongue, like, like.
What did that do for you as a youngin' growing up? Like,
I mean, it was beautiful, man, because at that moment in hip hop, people pride themselves in being different. You know what you was getting when you put on a Tribe Called Quest album. Okay, we got the jazz, we got the jazz. Like, you knew what you was getting when you put on Leaders of the New School. Ooh. You knew what you was getting when you put on Das Effects. They coming from the sewer. Bump, stickity, bum, huh? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
It's like everybody brought something different to the table that was amazing. And it made you feel whole because you could get something from everybody, you know? Versus what's going on now. And it's still beautiful what's going on now, but nothing is more amazing than my era that I grew up in, which is the golden era of hip-hop.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of hip-hop and how far it's come, I'm looking at this record right here. It has Marvel on it, you know what I mean? And talk about the evolution of hip-hop, because it kind of went from, it's something that I'm sure people were saying is going to be a fad, it'll be in and out, to being this amazing, super huge part of the music industry, you know what I mean? To have collaborations and, with Marvel and sneakers and clothing apparel. Like, talk about how big hip-hop is coming, watching it evolve, and what that meant to you.
It's amazing. I was watching a statement that LL Cool J posted. It was a DJ had said something about the legends of hip-hop and was like, not really paying homage to him. And LL was talking about when they were coming up, it was no management to help them out. It was no teams. Like, now you can get a team, put a whole team together. You got marketing, promotion, you got managers, you got people to do this, you got people to do that. When they was coming up, it was none of that. So they was doing it from the muscle. And people didn't even think that hip hop was going to be where it is now.
Right.
So just to see the growth and the elevation is amazing. Like, I just got a chance to play a role in the reboot of Bel Air. I grew up off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and my connection to Philadelphia and my connection to hip-hop allowed me to be a part of the reboot of Bel-Air. So now I'm a part of something that I grew up on, and the new kids get to see that, you know, and that's just amazing. And that came from music. That came from my connection to hip-hop, you know. And the elevation, like you said, is amazing. People are making billions. Like Jay-Z is a billionaire. Kanye West is a billionaire. Like, you know, people are making billions off of something that started in the park.
Yep.
Hip-hop.
Yeah,
started out in the park.
Talk about it. All right, now speaking of the, you know what I mean, the foundation, the Godfathers, we got to get into this right here.
Ooh.
Got to get into this.
Call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Hey.
Boom, explosion. I'm towering. Make you call the cops. Competition paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out.
Say what?
Mama said knock you out.
Come on.
I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out.
Now, this is before your time. But talk about this, though.
Listen,
like, when
this
you know.
powerful. Like, LL, he really the GOAT.
Yeah.
And I was blessed enough to be able to be on one of his albums. I recorded the record with him, and we was actually in the studio. Like, I put my 4 or 5 bars together, lay it, then he'd go in and lay his bars, and man, listen, man, it's a blessing to be able to work with one of the greatest.
Yeah, man, LL is the GOAT.
And another person that shows elevation beyond music. Like, he's an actor. He got so many different things going on.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, hip-hop is a launch pad for you to do so many other things if you put your mind to it.
I saw LL a couple weeks ago. I ain't say nothing to him. I was like, dang, that's LL Cool J. And I just stood there for a while and just, you know what I mean? Because we here because of artists like him.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always, that's why I feel like it's always important to pay homage.
Yeah.
Because like you said, they put the foundation down for us.
Yes. Now, we're going to get into this guy right here. Quincy Jones.
Another amazing artist.
I don't even know what kind of cat. What's something bigger than the GOAT? Something bigger than the greatest of all time.
Quincy, bro.
Quincy Jones, man. The
amazing
dude,
artist, amazing businessman. Like,
yes.
You know,
Did you ever have a chance to meet Quincy?
never got a chance to meet Quincy.
I need to meet Quincy Jones. I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna just stare at him.
Definitely bucket list. Bucket list.
Definitely bucket list. Get into some Quincy Jones records. See, it's still on 45. Here we go. What kind of mood does this put you in?
Oh man, it just puts you in a groovy mood, like, you know, a plush mood, like, you know, made me want to put on a cardigan and light up a cigar, you know, put me in one of them moods.
Yeah.
But I knew right away, got me dreaming, feeling. Each time I hear you say you care, I'm flying, high as a kite, 'cause you brought something special to my life.
See, this make you feel good. This remind me of, like, partying with your grandparents.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Cookouts, you know,
chill
family
block party.
over. Yeah, like, you know.
Just started pumping like the 4th of
You just walking real slow. You know what I'm saying? If you a lady, you got your little flowy dress on, and you just walking down.
on my shoulder. It's a magic feeling what you found, friend.
You mean your daddy got the pinstripe suit on?
This love will never
Picture of lemonade.
That hat on, cigar in his hand.
I hear you say you care, I'm
Vibing. Now, when did you discover Quincy Jones? Was it before you started rapping, or was it?
Yeah, it was way before I started rapping.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, when I was a young boy, my mom used to play records.
Yes.
And like my aunts, I used to like go to my grandma's house, and my mom, they used to be sitting on the couch. It was like my mom, her sister, and my other aunt, and they'd be listening to music, and they'd be rocking all to the same beat like this.
Yes.
like they was in a trance. Like, so they used to play everything. Like, I was privy to hear a lot of music when I was a young boy. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm so in love with music right now.
Yeah,
you know?
no, and they had an amazing selection. I mean, all of this intertwines with what you do. You
Yeah,
know what I
definitely,
mean?
definitely.
It's music, and you can learn something, and that's why it's always important, especially for me too, to listen to every genre and love and appreciate every genre
Yeah,
of music,
definitely.
because at the end of the day, it's just all music.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what I
all
mean?
music,
and
and
we
you
can all
could
learn from it.
you could get, especially as an artist, a creator of music. Like,
Yeah.
I listen to different genres of music because you could pick up different things from different genres of music.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. Like, you know, from flows to concepts to tempos. Like, you know, music inspires music.
Right. Yeah,
know?
no, for sure. Man, Free, thank you so much for sitting with me. I appreciate it.
It's a
Urban
pleasure.
Legends. But before we go, is there anything that you got going on you want to talk to everybody about?
Yeah, well, you know, I founded a company called Freedom Thinkers Academy. It's music, health, education, and culture. We got a lot of great things going on as far as music, community work, health. So y'all can follow the website, www.freedomthinkers.academy.
Yes, make sure y'all check Freeway. You always doing great things. You always on the move. I
Thank you,
appreciate
thank you. You too. Come on, Cuts. You know,
Yeah,
you killing the game right now. You
Thank
making
you.
Philly look good. We appreciate you.
Yeah, listen, I love Philly, you know what I mean? Grew up here, love the city, I love you. And Free, again, thank you so much for everything that you do, not just for me, but for the culture.
Thank
you.
you.
Know what I mean? And the music that you created and you put out, you help people get through a lot of hard times.
That's one thing. You know, I'm human, so sometimes I have good days, sometimes I have bad days.
Yeah.
I could be having a bad day, and I'll run into a fan. He'd be like, yo, you got me through my tour in Iraq, or you got me through college. And, like, you know, that's a great feeling, because I remember when nobody cared about anything that came out my mouth, you know, and me, with my music, it comes from my heart, and I pour it into the music, and for it to touch people and people to relate to it, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, don't ever stop. Keep using your voice and keep, inspiring the youth as you do. But,
Definitely.
Again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Urban Legends, Freeway,
Urban
Diamond
Legends,
Cuts.
early.
We rolling through the crates right now, going through these records, and you already know what it is. Be safe, y'all.